Let's go, let's brawl, let's talk. We're back again, guys. Episode 5. Hope you enjoy. Cool, so let's talk about it. I know everyone saw it. It's going viral right now. You know, the Bronze Bomber, May 18th, Barclays Center, Brooklyn, New York. He scored a round 1 stoppage, a straight out knockout of Dominic Brezeale. So, well, let's talk about it. I mean, you know, it was an impressive knockout, you know, some would say.
Yeah.
You know, and some would say otherwise, wouldn't they?
No, yeah, it was a good performance.
Yeah.
It was a sick knockout. That's highlight reel, like quality.
Yeah.
But I think people are just getting gassed over this knockout over Brezeale.
No, I totally agree.
You know what I'm saying?
I totally agree, man. I'm on Twitter and everything. I see people say, yo, biggest knockout, one of the biggest knockouts for like since like 5 years, for 6 years, whatever. I'm not.
No. That's overdoing it.
Sure, man. It's like ain't that level, man. Plus, yeah, bro. It's like what's his name? Dylan White said, man. What's called? Well, I don't know. People gassing up because he knocked out garbage, man. So.
Like we said this, like Brezeale was slow.
He was tailor-made for a while.
He was tailor-made for a while.
He did have a poor defense, but me personally, I was pretty impressed. Naturally, the boxing world, there's going to be the casual boxing world and the hardcore boxing world that can see what they're looking at. To the casual eye, this victory is obviously going to look more impressive than Joshua's victory, which took about 7 rounds. But as we know, styles make fights.
Yeah.
The triangle theory really means nothing. But I was still impressed. Like, you know what I mean? I couldn't just flat out say I was expecting him to come and just wallop my man and make him just go down like a flipping tree. You know what I mean?
In that sense, I was impressed because like I didn't really expect him to knock him out in the first round.
Yeah.
So I'll give him props for that. But he came to do what he had to do. I knew what he was gonna do, but people are getting gassed over this, and yeah, it's just a bit overhyped.
That is but that performance does back up that he does have a serious flipping right hand, man.
But I feel like we've known that. Like when you're putting down Fury,
yeah,
like you know, like he's got power like that. Well, guys who have just good chins in general, like he's put everyone down that he's faced. So we know that he's the biggest punch in the division.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think there's a lot of fans that like don't know, like the difference.
They don't know the skills, man, and the craft, man.
Yeah.
So it was what happened? It was pretty slow to start off with. Brezeale was just walking around following a massive puncher that was damn near suicide. Like, you don't go doing that. With poor head movement as well. Like, it wasn't like real pressure. He was just following him around, like waiting as well. But though, Brezeale did land 2 counter rights, didn't he?
He did land it, yeah.
Wild got wild, he hurt him.
Honestly, he caught him.
No, he hurt him. He backed him up.
He did.
Oh, sorry. I mean, like, Brezeale got hurt. And then he came back with a counter right to buzz Wilder.
Yeah.
Wilder didn't get hurt.
He got a little buzz though. Like he got Wilder. Yeah, he caught that.
It backed him up. I think it caught
he wasn't like out of it or anything.
No,
he caught his attention.
He caught his attention. Backed him up.
Then the can't hold him. Once the referee say yo break it, that's when the right hand came.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the guy dropped his guard. I'm like.
It was a good knockout though. If anything, it is one of the best knockouts of the year.
Yeah, and Wilder's right hand. What people don't actually realise, because there is still the contingency of fans that they say he's not technical at all, but his right hand and setting up that right hand, that is technical ability. But as far as everything else, that's all debatable. He's got a fast jab. He does have a fast jab in my eyes.
He's definitely
timed. It's it's not all that, like, you know what I mean.
He does have his timing. He does have those moments where he can time his quick punches. Like I've seen it against like Ortiz, where he can time those quick counters. Off the back foot. But in terms of ability, like his 1-2 is. I feel like the first person I seen to avoid that was Molina, and he got away with getting like 9 rounds doing that. It was only when Wilder adjusted where he caught him with the left hook. And we've seen against Fury, he couldn't land that straight hand at all.
Yeah, he was struggling.
Until right at the end, where I feel like Fury got sloppy.
Yeah, he ain't gonna be perfect for 12 rounds straight anyway.
Yeah.
But back to what's called Brazil fight. Still, a good knockout, but I wasn't too impressed, man.
Yeah, it
I
was.
wasn't too impressed, man. It was
It was
like
entertaining.
It's a
It
meal
was
ticket,
pleasing in the eyes, but if you're thinking about the resume, the quality, the level of opponent he fought, it's not all that.
Come on now. 41 fights, right?
41 fights, 42
KO.
fights, 41 victories, 1 draw,
Was it?
40 KOs.
I'm
He's
not,
got the one
the
draw.
reason why I'm not impressed is because
42 fights, 41 wins, 40 knockouts.
the reason why is because Brazil has been down like how many times in the last couple
He
of
went
fights?
down
He's
to
down like.
Isu, he got hurt by Mansour.
Fair enough, they're not
Come
big punchers, but everyone's a big puncher in heavyweight division.
Skill wise, man, and competition wise,
Yeah.
come on now.
It was tailor-made. He was definitely tailor-made for him.
Tailor-made.
Bruh.
Brazil doesn't really have the boxing brain like that.
You see,
It
if
doesn't really have the skills. He's just got a heart,
I would
really.
have been really impressed if he did that against White in the first round. That's
Yeah.
where the sort of reaction I would get.
I'll give him more credit, man.
Exactly.
But, yeah, but I can't give him credit for what's called for Brazil, man. Like, bro,
I just don't.
there's no rating for
That's
that.
done.
Man.
Sorry.
Like I said, I'm still impressed. It was like I'm always impressed when someone gets knocked out, like especially round 1 KO. Like just off the fact that he usually starts off slow. It was impressive. To me it was impressive, but you know, that's neither here nor there. Well, any heavyweight that he cracks, yeah, and lands flush on the chin, not the top of the head, on the chin, they gotta go down, man. You know what I mean? He's packing something serious. That's what I'll say.
But yeah, to go forward with like Wilder, so like the next step is what I'm thinking about, and from what I know, it seems like they're gonna set up an Ortiz rematch, which is just
post fight, innit?
Yeah.
It's like,
You know, it's bullshit, bro.
bro,
bullshit.
come on, bro.
no one wants that fight.
This is why I say that. This is why I don't like him, man. That's one reason I don't like him.
But I feel like it's just boxing in general in terms of the heavyweights.
I like how he fights. I like watching him fight, but you know, this guy's been moving like a diva. He's still Beyonce Wilder outside the ring, like, do you know what I mean? Like, he's been moving like a mad diva, and I think they're just trying to get 100 million for one fight out of Joshua, and I think it's just it's completely
I feel like the only
unrealistic.
person.
If they keep doing this, someone's gonna lose by the time it happens, or they're just gonna give up and be like, no, like, why don't you make the offer? Like, we're tired of making offers and you lot declining.
You have to realize what could do. Wild's a 33 now, isn't it? So
Yeah.
age gonna catch up to one.
Yeah, catch up to him, man.
So
But
you
I
might as
feel-
well take it
Yeah.
ASAP, man, because Joshua's 29 now. So, bro, you might as well just cash out right now, bro, because what you doing now, yeah, shoot, man. You probably end up looking at Pacquiao or something, man.
And Wilder's style, yeah, I think it's almost like a Roy Jones thing. Like, he's relying on reflex. Don't ever get it twisted. He's relying on reflex to dodge these punches and get out of the way.
Yeah.
And he's trying to get the timing right. If you get old and your timing slows up, mate, what are you gonna do then? He doesn't have the technical ability to make up for it in other departments. Whereas Joshua's style, I feel, is more suited for longevity.
So what I think about this whole plan for these super fights with these heavyweights is that they're gonna long it out. From hearing what Deontay Wilder said about how the fight's gonna happen, right, and that fans have to be patient, it just leads me to believe that they're gonna wait till like 2021, where Fury's gonna have a couple of fights during the year, wait out.
Fighting bums, innit?
Wilder's gonna get a rematch with Ortiz, probably
It's
fight Bum.
nonsense, man. It's
I feel like,
nonsense.
I don't want to sound biased, but I feel that Joshua's the only one who's willing to fight, even though it's been a bit on and off with that as well.
What? Joshua?
Yeah, with like negotiations and that. But I feel like he's the one who's mainly wants to fight.
Yeah, you fight.
He wants to fight now. He wants to be undisputed. That's all I can see.
Yeah.
You know
I
what I
don't
mean?
like that thing when they say, yo, fans have to wait. This is, yo, you, man. Like,
And then
yo,
you
are
say
you?
to wait, like, you're
You
fighting
ain't
bums,
waiting,
like, what are you
bro.
talking about?
You're lucky you're there because of us, man. So, bro,
Yeah.
bro, we can take that away from you, man.
You know what? The American, they love to say how the UK, like, oh, they've taken the belt to the UK and held it hostage. Bro, this guy Wilder took the belt from a retired Klitschko, won it against it basically went to America through Areola and Stavern. He beat Stavern, who in retrospect is basically he ain't not all time great. Like he didn't beat no one special.
He was a decent.
And now he's held it in hostage in America. It's held in hostage over there. Joshua's trying to get this 4th belt. He's trying to be the belt collector. You know what I mean? He's trying to be the landlord. He's trying to collect his rent.
We want an undisputed heavyweight champion. That's what we want, you know.
That's all we want, honestly. Wilder, stop,
We
man.
want one champion.
Man still has a cheek and say, yo, the ball's in my court, man. I dictate the terms and everything. I'm not, bruh.
He's so dumb.
The whole, where you getting this? Where you getting this from, bro?
I feel like
he could have got 20 million for Brazil if he went to the zone. Could have got 20 million for Brazil if he went to the zone. How much did he get paid this fight? I beg they release the numbers. Right. Showtime, they've stopped trying to release all of this.
But
they've stopped releasing information.
No release, man. No release. Someone will release it.
So I feel like boxers these days are trying to replicate the whole Mayweather Pacquiao thing.
Mayweather,
because but that's just one. That was just one time it happened because.
Don't forget Tyson Lewis. By accident.
Yeah, but the fight was bigger in 2015? Was it 2015 when they fought?
Yeah, they fought in 2015.
Yeah, obviously it was bigger in 2015 than they would have been like in 2009 or whatever. But it don't work the same way. Sometimes the relevance of the fight matters. So things like losses could happen. Like Wilder could lose. Like any of them could lose, and then that super fight is just gone.
Just like Pacquiao lost. And it gives away the aura of the 50-50 fight. By the time Mayweather Pacquiao happened, it was only really the Pacquiao fans that were saying, "Oh no, Pacquiao," because he got knocked out by Marquez. Not that even stylistically means that he's gonna lose to Mayweather, but here's what I'm saying: when Pacquiao, literally in that same fight, just before he got knocked out, by Marquez, he was going for Marquez. He was showing that killer instinct that he hadn't shown since Cotto in 2009. He came back, for one night against Marquez to the point where he got so reckless. If he was that reckless against Mayweather, you would have seen what you saw in round 4 and round 6 when he was swarming him and just throwing loads of flurries of combinations. You would have seen it more. It would have been more active. It would have been way more active and more aggressive. Which he was aggressive in the Mayweather fight for about 2 rounds. And what my point is, throughout all of this, is that aura of invincibility and that aura of the 50-50, notion that the fans have. It's all gonna go.
Whoa.
And if these lot wait, right now, Wilder's landed himself in a good predicament. He's had an impressive victory. He's just come off an impressive victory. Whereas if he fought Joshua just off the Fury fight, it's like, okay, you struggled against Fury. But remember, boxing fans are reactionary, so he's gonna have a fight. Joshua's actually gonna have probably a tough fight. Against Ruiz. Stylistically, it just seems like a tough fight. Wilder has just railroaded Brezeale. Fury is gonna school Schwartz. So to the reactionary, casual boxing fans, they're gonna look at all 3 of the kingpins, and they're gonna look at all 3 of their last fights and be like, "Oh, Joshua, he's getting pieced up by this fat man." Obviously, I don't know what's gonna happen, but I'm assuming it's going to be a tough fight. And then it's going to sway towards Wilder. There's going to be more people swaying towards Wilder and Fury, which makes it more interesting. But,
It'll be hard because Wilder won this fight, if he ain't going to fight Adrian, he's going to fight someone else, then... But I think he's going to fight Fury again.
He'll fight Ortiz, maybe fight someone in between Fury.
Because Fury said that it might be next year, March... Between next year, March or August, they're gonna have
somehow.
Next year.
You know what? I actually don't know about that. I think definitely the Ortiz rematch, but I think because of the money that's in the Joshua fight, I think they're gonna wait. Me personally, I feel like they're gonna wait till 2020. They've been talking pretty positive about the fight recently. Positive as in next year, because they were so negative. They were talking about 2021, mate. Do you know what I mean?
That would be hard for me to believe. Because people chat too much, man.
They talk too much, man.
Selling false dreams out here. And when next year come man, it's that part in this not, man. I'm just tired now, man. Bro, without this back and forth business, man.
I think he'll take Wilder will fight Ortiz and another bum, and then he'll look at either Fury or Joshua. That's what I think.
I think you should sell Fury first because he got school to sell, man.
He might lose to Fury though. He might never get that fight. I mean, like honestly, Fury could get. I don't know.
It depends though. Like, there's another thing we didn't bring up
yeah.
in the Brazil fight is that in this fight he weighed in about 225, I think it was, or 229.
Wilder.
Yeah,
Oh,
which
I
is
didn't
heavier
know
than he
that.
fought against Fury. And people are like saying that might have helped him with the extra added weight in terms of power, maybe. Because I know initially when he fought Fury, he wanted to, be quick, so he fought at a lower weight. But I don't know if that gassed him or I don't know.
I think he should stay.
But it's a factor, isn't it?
It'd be a hard one, man.
He should stay 215 to 220, really and truly. Putting on too much weight,
It'll slow you down.
It'll slow you
Especially
down.
Wilder, who's not
Yeah.
the biggest heavyweight.
No,
I mean, he's a big guy, but
no footwork, man. Yeah, I have no footwork whatsoever, bro.
I mean, if he did MMA, I mean, one swift leg kick would just be, that would be it for him.
there's chicken legs in it. Oh man.
Cool. So also on the weekend, it was a busy weekend, There was the World Boxing Super Series. We had the little monster, Naoya Inoue. He is a beast, man. I'm telling you now. The guy moves up to, I believe is it 17-0, 15 KOs, 18-0,
Something like that. He's got
18-0, 16 KOs. Honestly, I haven't seen a little man with this much power since Prince Nassim. Like honestly, like he's hurting guys, he's dropping guys,
There's a few guys
he's
who've had power.
beating the fight out of him. Not like this.
No. This one.
Not like this.
This one's too technical, and then you actually.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Not like this. This is
yeah,
power. Like, like moving guys. like.
Alright, so let's talk about the fight. The 2 rounds it was. What do you guys think of it?
Emmanuel Rodriguez.
Yeah.
He's a serious guy,
Yeah, he's a serious guy.
He took some punishment, bro. Like raw.
He did.
I
He's got
felt
his nose bust.
I felt like in the first round, Inoue was quite. I don't know. He didn't seem quite relaxed. He seemed quite. Like he was getting hit with a few jabs and that, getting hit more than I'm used to.
Yeah, Rodriguez was timing his head movement as
In
well.
the first round, it was competitive for the first
Yeah.
round, and it was a feel-out round, I know it is.
Yeah.
But I felt that Inoue coming out of that first round wasn't like as relaxed as he usually is. Usually, he does take his time a bit more. Seemed a bit jittery, but from when the second round come, yeah, he just put work on.
Yeah,
I was impressed. I was very impressed actually.
True.
Yeah.
Took him out quick. Took him out with a right hand?
I think it was the first left hook that dropped him.
Oh yeah, it was a left hook.
Yeah,
it was
yeah,
left hook.
yeah.
Sorry.
So
Left
that
hook.
left hook just changed
And
everything.
then, yeah, he finished him off with a body shot, didn't it?
Yeah.
You didn't want no more, man. Like,
He didn't.
raw.
He actually
Told
didn't.
us
He was
to
looking
go,
at his
nah.
corner like, nah,
Nah.
I can't do this.
And he got up and then he just got assaulted. With the body. That was assault. What you just saw was assault. Like,
I think people need to get behind this guy, like in terms of. I know the reason why.
try to get him
like,
bigger, isn't
You know
it?
what I'm saying? Is because like a lot of the little guys, it's harder for them to make a lot of noise in the boxing world.
It is.
Because they don't have the sort of knockout power that the heavyweights do.
Lucky for him though, he's from Japan, and the Asian boxing community I think is slept on because it stays over
They've got
there.
a rich culture when it comes to
Yeah,
boxing.
they got a rich
over there.
culture. Japan is big, boxing is big in
They've got a
Japan.
lot of legends from
Yeah,
Japan in
it's
boxing.
big over
Definitely.
And Inoue, I think he's probably leading the pack right now, and they've got a nice little clash going on. It's gonna be Inoue versus Nonito Donaire, the legend, and people know this guy globally. They know everyone knew Donaire. 2012, he was on the pound for pound list.
I was gonna bring up his name when you said as in biggest punches from the low weights.
Yeah,
When he was in bantamweight, he was a puncher,
Yeah,
that's true.
Like this is his natural weight that he's at, and he's looked fairly decent.
That's
for
true.
washed up Nonito
But
Donaire.
what I felt it was with Donaire is that it was his left hook that
His
was
left
massive.
hook has always been massive.
So the comparison with Prince Nassim is because he's just both hands.
Both hands,
And
yeah.
I feel that Inoue is just both hands as well.
He is.
And these guys they go flying. You know what I mean? Massive puncher.
It's a good matchup.
Donaire is a massive puncher himself. And that is something that Inoue will have to be, he'll have to be wary of. It's not like it's a prime Donaire, but Donaire his power went when he moved up to featherweight and super featherweight and stuff like that.
You forget he's like a 3 or 4 time world champion.
Yeah, naturally he's a
Division
bantamweight. Naturally he's a bantamweight, and He's a legend. He's a future Hall of Famer without a doubt.
Yeah, likeable guy, got class.
I'll say with the fight now. I'll say look. Alright, you're talented, yeah, but don't underestimate Naoya.
Because he's still technical.
Man, still got the left hook still.
Yeah,
after his last fight, innit? So, what I'm saying, yo, take it easy, bro. Don't underestimate.
It's a good final though.
It is.
I'm excited about it.
Yeah, and it's big. It's big for Asia. Maybe they can have it in Macau, in China, or maybe in Japan.
They should big up though.
Maybe even Philippines. Cause like, when was the last Philippines fight that was this massive?
I don't know.
Thriller in Manila. Like, who knows?
It might be in somewhere neutral though, because you know it's alongside with like the Josh Taylor and like finals.
I hope it's in Asia, man. They have to do it separately.
I believe so, anyways. But
that would be big for them.
It would.
But in terms of that fight, good matchup. I just don't see Inoue getting past this prime Inoue.
Yeah.
Like, that young from
it is like a passing of the torch, man.
Yeah, it is.
I just don't see Inoue. To be fair, Inoue has been pretty gifted throughout this tournament. Not to his fault, but.
I mean, he got a highlight reel knockout in his last fight. His last fight.
That was a vintage Inoue, that left hook.
Yeah.
It was unfortunate that he didn't get to fight Tete in the semi-finals.
Yeah, I hope hopefully the winner would come back and fight Tete just out of.
I feel that's what's going to
naturally happen, isn't it? Yeah.
But yeah, exciting news.
Yeah,
ready for it.
That should be a good fight, man. Donaire versus Inoue, and I'm impressed, man, because Rodriguez is a serious operator. I could see how serious he was. I could see what level he was on when he was feeding him out. He was catching him here and there. Like, I was impressed.
Man, just picked up.
Yeah,
change gear just one.
Exactly.
Gear too loud. Right.
See, how would you rank Inoue in terms of pound for pound?
Pound for pound.
After this performance. Don't forget he's a 3-time world champion, 3-time division champion.
Yeah, he is, man. He is.
And he's young.
I think he can move that power up, but
Yeah.
I think in him going up in weight, from what I've seen, maybe I'm saying this a little bit prematurely, but from what I've seen Rodriguez do in like the first minute and a half, I don't know if moving up will be the best thing. Hopefully he carries that power. I don't know how far he can move up.
I feel like he's got more power than Donaire, and he's more technically sound. Or just as technically sound as Donaire.
I think
and Donaire made it his ways up there to win those titles up in those high divisions. So maybe I feel like he can do it.
The bantamweight, is it 122 or 118?
118.
118.
I think he can take it.
126.
126. I think
yeah.
He can go to 126.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have him pound for pound top 5 in my opinion. It's been slept on, but he's top 5 for me.
Yeah, he is, man. And he won the title when.
I'll put him above Canelo, innit? So yeah. I'll put him above Canelo. Sorry.
Canelo hate.
Nah, let's do that.
What you started there?
Because I want him to get that recognition that
it's true. He is deserving of that.
He is.
So, because now when people go and look for pound, they're gonna say, wait, who this guy is? They're gonna go research him. Like, okay.
And Ring Magazine, they just moved him to number 4. So I don't know. I think it was Errol Spence they replaced him with. I'm not too sure. Or Golovkin. I'm not too sure.
I think Spence is at 5 or 6, and Golovkin's at 6 or 7. It's one of those.
I ain't really fussed about that because as long
he's on the list.
As long as he get that recognition that he deserves, and all the Asian Eastern side get their recognition, Eastern boxing come.
It's hard to say who's gonna end up as obviously pound for pound is subjective, but it's hard to really say who's gonna be fight of the day or the pound for pound number 1 at the end of the year, because up until now I had Usyk at number 1. But things change and certain wins can put people above a blow.
I believe they took Usyk out of the top.
I think
he's number 5 now. Yeah.
Well, I think he's top 2.
Yeah.
That's
mad still. I think the fact that Canelo's there, I mean, his performance against Jacobs was good, but it was only the first 6 rounds that was pound for pound worthy, and
I think
just the whole. I don't know. For the whole 12 rounds, I don't think he's, pound for pound top 3. Do you know what I mean? I don't think he's got skills. 100%, he's got skills.
Nah.
No?
He got skills. He got skills, innit? I don't want to talk about the guy fat. Like I don't go in deep in details with this guy.
Yeah.
I was saying the Inoue should take at least top 3. So
I agree.
Top 3.
Yeah.
Canelo can be that 5 or something.
Yeah. Right now, I think the leaders of the pack, no particular order, it's Crawford, Lomachenko, Inoue, and Usyk.
Yeah.
And I think Spencer's got to do more work.
I think that is
Spencer's got to do. He's got to clean out the division before I can put him top 3.
I think that is the top 5 though, in my opinion.
Who, Spence?
No, the Loma, Crawford, Inoue, Usyk, and Canelo. I think that's the top 5.
Yeah.
I reckon, yeah. Because I don't know who you're gonna put in front of Canelo.
You know what? Me personally, now I'm thinking of it. He does have a, he's got a deep resume.
He beat 2 champions.
He's got a deep resume.
2 fighters, man. Come on, man.
But him and Spence, fighter-wise, I think fighting-wise, I don't know, man. Well, we're going on a tangent here. Turn it into a pound-for-pound chat. Inoue's the guy though, man. He's a serious talent, bro. He'll hurt anyone. He'll hurt anyone from... he can hurt the 126 pounders, honestly.
Possibly. We'll see.
You know, can this guy...
He's a monster.
Do what Pacquiao did, man, like go off and just tear off.
I feel like
he'd have to take some serious steroids to do that.
He'll do as much as Donaire has done.
Yeah.
He's young still, so yeah.
I think lightweight at most. In fact, 130.
130.
That's super featherweight.
Super featherweight.
I do think
it's going.
What Pacquiao done, I think when people actually look.
Pacquiao did it with age, but
No, it's sort of, but like the guy.
As in starting from
the guy got to 147. The guy got to 147 like 10 years ago.
Yeah, but
and he was like 30 then, because he's 40 now.
Yeah.
So that's not even with age. That's just a mad thing.
But I'm saying with the as in him going through the divisions.
Yeah.
Half of that was free age. As in, because of his growth, like he started on flyweight.
Oh yeah, because I get you. He's really young.
Yeah.
But still.
I mean, it's obviously a crazy achievement.
Yeah.
I'm not playing it. But yeah, another fight on the Super Series was Josh Taylor versus Ivan Baranchyk. You got catch that?
Yeah, I did. I was watching it live. It was a good performance. It was a good scrap up in Glasgow.
Good fight.
Yeah.
Both came to fight. Both are solid, top world level fighters.
Both came undefeated, right?
Yeah.
Both came undefeated.
He proved it.
Yeah. So Josh Taylor got the win. How do you assess his performance?
He's talented, man. It was a good performance. He's taking some shots, but that's just because Ivan Baranchyk, he's on that level. This is the World Boxing Super Series. You get to see the best versus the best.
Yeah.
He caught him. He timed him with a nice right hook. Did Taylor caught him, and he knocked down Baranchyk, had him seriously hurt. I thought he was good. When I was watching it live, I thought he was gonna finish him, and then the bell looked like it saved him. But watching the replays back, I think he would have recovered. Baranchyk would have recovered. He didn't actually get a chance to hurt Baranchyk again, but he got a chance to show his skills, and it was a good performance by him, man. I liked it. It was good inside work. It was good outside work. He's got great He's got a great flow of combinations.
Yeah. Great movement.
Yeah. As far as UK prospects.
Top 2 in my opinion.
Yeah.
Well, he's a champion already, but
him and Buatsi, him and Buatsi, solid prospects.
2 guys. Josh Taylor's not Josh Taylor, Josh Kelly.
Oh, no.
Yeah, Josh Kelly,
Still yet to prove himself, but he's looking.
If I say Josh Kelly, I might as well say Anthony Yard. That's the way I see it.
It's true. You might as well be these are all.
But they are. Yeah, you know what? They are all prospects, innit? But
yeah, good performance from him.
Yeah. It was a good hometown show up.
Yeah. pretty competitive fight. Baranchyk, he never stopped like firing back, so good win, good solid win for people that don't know. So he moves on to the finals to fight Raiders Progress, which is what do you not think of that?
It's going to be an interesting fight. It's two southpaws.
He wanted just take a time. He wanted just take a while, isn't it? So
Yeah, he even wanted Crawford ages ago.
He didn't have
as
a
well.
title back then.
Yeah.
He's got the title now.
Yeah.
So it's a good
It
unification
could
fight.
though, man. It could be hard to.
That's a good final.
It could be hard to say.
It's hard to call. It's hard to call, you know.
Yeah.
My guy, last performance,
Who?
I wasn't.
Progress.
Yeah, Progress, innit? It's good, isn't it? Yeah, good performance, yeah, but
What's that?
I can't give it to. I don't know.
Oh, you don't give him to win.
No, he won the fight, innit?
No, I
he
guess
definitely won it.
it. Oh, his performance.
Yeah, the performance last fight, innit? Yeah, he won it, but I'm like, okay, because there's sometimes he was like kind of reckless. I'm like, bro, you can't be doing this in the final, like, bro.
Yeah.
Like if you go and get Josh Taylor, yeah, bro, man gonna pick you apart, man gonna eat you up with the jab
I
team.
feel that would happen.
So,
Progress is a good boxer though. He's very slick and quick, especially with his movements. But I do feel once he has the opportunity to throw combinations at you or like hurt you, he does get a bit reckless.
he does.
So I feel that like Josh Taylor can take advantage of those moments. But it's a pretty hard fight. I think those two are the best 140 pounders in the division.
Yeah.
So yeah, again we're seeing
best
like,
talent.
the
Two
top.
southpaws. We're gonna see how the styles play out. To be honest,
We're seeing two of the best fight in
Yeah.
this tournament. You know, big up to the World Super Series. Like they've been making that happen.
They have.
Like,
Yeah,
towards-
they have.
It's what
They
boxing should be about. So I like that
They
they've
took
taken
note
that.
of the Super Series still, man.
Yeah.
That was Super Series 8 or something.
Sick.
Super Six.
Super 6,
Ward.
yeah, Super 6,
Ward
yeah.
and Frotch,
They took
yeah.
notes from that, man. That what
Yeah.
boxing needs.
That's what we want in boxing. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, and next one, man, you should do it welterweight, man.
Welterweight.
Man.
Yeah.
Welterweight,
If they sign the
middleweight.
contracts, boy.
Welterweight, middleweight, super middleweight already done anyway. So
Yeah.
yeah, but just welterweight, middleweight, man. Middleweight got some talented people still. man.
Maybe even heavyweight, man. Honestly, you know.
That's impossible.
it's
I remember HBO done that in the 1980s, isn't it? With
Yeah, Tyson. Yeah. To create the undisputed.
yeah.
Tyson, Tony Tucker, Trevor Berbick.
Yeah. Who else?
Tim
Webbers.
Tim Webbers.
I think so.
It
Yeah.
was
he in it?
him.
Not too
Yeah, he
sure.
was in it because he beat Frank Bruno.
Okay.
Yeah, bro.
And you know what? They done another tournament as well. They actually did a middleweight tournament in like the early 2000s. It was with, do you remember Hopkins versus Trinidad?
Mm-hmm.
That was
Yeah.
part of a middleweight tournament.
I wasn't.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
That was part of a tournament. I think when Trinidad moved up and he beat Joppy, I think his name is William Joppy or something.
Yeah,
that was part of the tournament as well.
Okay.
So there have been tournaments before. You know, when there's not that many politics involved, just like welterweight, like Al Heyman, why not? You know what I mean? Like, just let them all fight each other. But obviously, he wants to monopolize on all of the benefits. He
But
wants to make as much money as he can.
what the World Super Series have done.
Garcia, what the hell is that?
What the World Super Series have done though is good though. I like that they bring, like, it's not even about how they bring champions together. It's like they're doing it on a global scale as well.
Yeah,
So,
so I
like,
like to say that.
so they're
as well.
doing it so it's being like viewed to to different nations,
Yeah.
and that's a good thing. Like it's international boxing.
Yeah, I've seen it up on YouTube before. They've had it on YouTube.
Not to say like boxing isn't global, but it's always in the
Aimed at
capital,
particular markets, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
either the UK,
Yeah.
since like British boxing's like really at the top right now, or it's just like Madison, like it's just Las Vegas,
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, just UK and America.
It's not like back in the day where like champions were
Bro, they go all over
all the
place.
world. Like
Like
Yeah, that's
Jamaica,
true.
Africa,
Look at Ali, man.
blood.
Ali fought in like 14, 15
there's a
different
few
countries.
there's a few road warriors out there like who've been
Yeah.
doing it recent times.
But they go to like 4, 5, 6 countries maybe.
I know, but
Ali went to like over
Yeah.
10. Like that's crazy. Like there was heavyweight champ, not even just Ali. Like I think Ken Norton fought George Foreman in Venezuela. Venezuela.
Yeah.
The hell? That's so random.
Didn't Lewis and Ratman fight in
South Africa.
South Africa?
Yeah.
I feel that was boxing miss.
Yeah.
Like, that's how I don't think that it doesn't get global recognition that much in certain countries because it's like it fights. Let's say let's take Anthony Joshua now. If you go to let's say Ghana or someone like Nigeria to fight there.
But I want him to fight Nigeria. You know that?
He has to fight in Nigeria. He's Nigerian, bro.
That's
if I was in his
dude.
position, I'm of Kenyan heritage. I've always like I'm just proud of my heritage, you know. Like if I was Joshua, I'd want to fight back home. Do you know what I mean? I'll do everything in my power. It's not like he's a low level guy and there's not enough money. No, he could make it happen. Make it happen. I swear down. I would be so fixated on making Rumble in the Jungle.
That's I was about to bring that up.
It would be so classic in Lagos, Nigeria. Wilder versus Joshua. That would be insane. That would be insane.
I feel that Wilder versus Joshua would bang though if it was in like Nigeria. But a lot of people would complain about that. You know, Americans and British people would complain about that.
Let them complain. They ain't had anything in Nigeria ever.
It's not gonna happen like that though. They want to maximize as much money as they can.
This is just wishful thinking.
Yeah. This is as boxing fans what we want, but you know, money always plays into hand.
But back to Super Series now. Yeah, like you said, man, they go global with this thing, innit?
Yeah, world.
So give people recognition, like, bro, we got fight. It's like, let's say, you know, there's a tournament. Majority of them gonna be American, British, or some European country or Mexican, right? That's the top. That's the top that boxes apparent to everyone in.
Yeah.
But they forget about all the Asian countries in. China probably got a good heavyweight out there or something. You know what I'm saying? It's about finding talent, bro.
It's about finding talent.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, well, I like the way how they reaching out for other countries, other countries the recognition, give them opportunity as well to shine on the platform.
Exactly.
Because, yo, man, recently been slacking, man. Bro. I didn't even heard of this guy Inoue for bird. I saw the pound for pound. They said, "This bro, you just done it.
I've been telling people about it.
I say so.
Yeah.
There's been a few Japanese guys on the pound for pound list stuff like in the past decade, but Inoue's like a serious guy. And another thing with the World Boxing Super Series, what I like about it is when they do it in the lower weights, because they don't really get that much recognition. The lower weights are really, it is more of like the Asian countries. You do get quite a lot of Malaysian fighters, Japanese fighters, even South African fighters. You actually get quite a few of them from the lower weights. Maybe they're just naturally skinnier or naturally smaller. And what I like is, bantamweight, for example, Inoue from Japan, Zolani Tete from South Africa, Donaire from the Philippines, Emmanuel Rodriguez, I believe he's Puerto Rican.
Is Dominic? I don't know.
Dominican. Latin America. He's from Latin America.
He's either Dominican or Puerto Rican.
North America. I just like the fact. I like the fact that it really is the World Boxing Super Series. You know what I mean? And when they do it at those lower weights, they don't care about money and who's got the biggest name and blah blah blah. They get all those guys to fight. That's why it was good when it was in the cruiserweight division. It would be good when it's in a lower weight. When it was 168, I mean they couldn't get every champion. They actually couldn't.
Unfortunately, yeah. But they did. They still had a good set of people.
They did.
But yeah,
it's good for boxing.
If you want to predict on that progress fight, by Josh Taylor.
I think I'd go for Taylor. I think his jab's pretty strong. Like it can set the tone of the fight, and I think his right hook could potentially show progress something he ain't seen before.
They're both southpaws, right?
Yeah, they are.
Taylor, bigger.
Taylor's, I think he's bigger. Yeah, they seemed pretty even head to head. Face off, but
and Taylor's like a bit taller.
Bigger body as well, bigger build.
He's like,
so he might be stronger as well. And I haven't, to be honest, maybe this is just my ignorance, but I've seen more of Taylor's inside game, and I think it's better than Progrese's. But I could be wrong.
Yeah. Oh, the guy talented. Before I thought this guy's some low level bum, innit? But then after I watched this, for his career, this shit, okay, this guy got skills.
You Taylor or Progrese?
No, Taylor.
Taylor, yeah.
He got potential.
Before the Davis fight, innit?
Yeah, like, raw. I knew Davis not talented in it, so yeah, man, he's a bum in it, so.
Power.
He had power, yeah.
Oh, he was still a bum, man.
He's lost again, you know.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I checked his record. I was like, oh my god, you lost again.
Wow, bro. This guy made a lot of noise in though.
Right, he left Matchroom to go to Frank Roy, and then
he lost again.
I'm like, bro, no, this guy talk about. No, I don't want to forget.
Yeah. I don't want to knock him when he's down.
But yeah, just tell you won my heart, man. Like, raw, changed my mind differently. See, but I hope he does well, man. I hope he goes far.
Yeah. So you got Josh Taylor as well?
Yeah, I got Josh Taylor, man, all day.
I got Josh Taylor as well. But I reckon it's probably like a decision thing. I don't think he's stopping Progress.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
He has a couple of game changes. I think he has the game changes more than Progress. But maybe it'll be a knockdown thing.
It might not come out reckless, man. Because man could just count that. Because what's cool, we were saying that Taylor good in the inside game, innit? So once man come reckless now, what? Boom. Slip a little punch or something, do a little Marcus or something, then yeah. Game over, but we have to just wait and see though, man.
Yeah, wait and see.
See.
Can't wait for that one.
Did they release it for the final?
No, not too sure. Yeah, no.
They're probably negotiating right now.
Hopefully it's in Glasgow or Progress is hometown or whatever, and hopefully Inoue versus Donaire is somewhere in Asia. It has to be two separate things, man. You can't have such a big fight like Donaire versus Inoue.
Yeah, I don't know how the finals work for the last series.
I think if the money's big enough, I think they'll all do it separate. They have to. The money's gonna be huge.
But I don't know if
that'll be a missed opportunity.
I don't know if the money is big enough. You know, I remember them talking about struggling to find a venue for like the semi-finals. That's happened.
I think Japan will be like, because Inoue is big. Like, did you see the contingency of his support?
Yeah.
I think if it had to be, like, they could do it in Japan. But you know, for the finals, especially for a fight like that, I think they'd have to put in serious work on the promotion. Like, they'd have to promote the fight a bit more. You know what I mean? Yeah.
So the final card that we had on the weekend was the Billy Joe Saunders fight.
Stevenage, whoop whoop, Hearts.
You know what? Yeah, I don't even know who he fought. Like, this is some like unknown guy. Like, fighting for the WBO 168 title.
The vacant WBO 168 title.
So,
Frank Warren, my friend, you have done it again.
So it was Gilberto Ramirez who vacated his WBO title, and for whatever reason, like, that belt is being fought by Billy Joe Saunders and some random journeyman.
I think they made this fight first.
Like, someone explained that to me. Like,
they made the fight first, and then they are by the way, we're gonna try and make it for the WBO vacant title. So who the hell is this guy? Apparently, yeah, word on the grapevine. The guy that he fought, who hurt and buzzed Billy Joe, yeah. The guy that he fought, yeah, lost to an Anthony Yard opponent.
Oh yeah.
And we all know Anthony Yard hasn't actually fought anyone.
Well, yeah.
And that's what he is. We don't even know Anthony Yard opponent's name, like, so they're just all opponents. So how's he winning a title off of this guy? You know what I mean? But fair enough, he done his thing in Stevenage. You know?
But yeah, before we get to that fight, on the card was Joyce, I believe, versus Ustinov.
Ustinov.
You got to catch that?
Yeah, we saw it.
What do you think?
If you played the fight in fast motion, it might look normal. You know,
And that fight, it was in slow motion.
I think
it was very slow.
You know, I'm not mad at the fight though. Like, that's two big guys, big powerhouses. It's not the worst fight. Like, Joe Joyce hasn't got a lot of options, you know, so he has to take whatever comes to him.
It did look funny. It did.
Especially because Joe Joyce tried to box him in the first round, first 2 rounds.
Then again, it's like Francis was saying before. Man, Ustinov, yeah. The guy had better speed than Joyce.
He did, you know, that was so
did.
surprising.
He had quicker hand speed. Like, this 6'8" giant, like, had quicker hand speed than Joyce. Joyce
He is the definition of slow.
This fight really showed me how slow he was, honestly.
I was actually
shocked, man.
I was actually disappointed. Listen, yo, you think you can go to elite level and everything and you can box like that? Listen, yo,
You better have a good chin,
your
boy.
game.
You know what? I do like Joyce as a fighter though.
Man, he's getting hit though, fam, man.
He gets hit a lot, but he is known as a juggernaut for a reason. Like he will he'll walk forward, he'll stalk you and throw punches
and get hit
and throw punches. That's been his style since day.
It's not but it's a heavyweight, bro.
He proved himself in the Olympics, but it wasn't against the heaviest punchers.
Yeah.
Like if he fights Joshua, he's gonna knock his head off. If
Fair.
he fights Wilder, he's
Game
gonna
over.
knock his head off. If he fights all these other big punchers, even White might potentially just clock his head clean. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, he is an awkward fighter though, and he's like he's
is.
way more athletic than he like seems to be. Cause
Definitely.
Yeah.
You see, we saw that when you were doing.
he does his capoeira thing, his celebration.
Yeah, he does his breakdancing.
It
Like,
just surprises
flips and
me,
tricks,
you know,
and it's
how-
like, what the hell? How can you do all this breakdancing?
And you're slow.
And you're so slow. Yeah, I mean.
But I do like him as a fighter. I think he is heavy-handed. He has a bit of a George Foreman thing going on without a less skilled George Foreman. That's what I'd say.
Less speed as well, and that's saying something.
Yeah, George Foreman was slow as well, you know.
Yeah, I think Joyce's hands are so slow, like they're so heavy that it just makes him so slow. It's hard to just, you know. And I think I didn't remember him being this slow against Stavern. And what I was thinking is because Stavern is a shorter guy, he's punching down.
Yeah.
And Ustinov, he has to punch up, which, to be honest, when you're that tall, you're not actually used to doing that.
Yeah, sure. I mean,
And I think that could have played a part. You know.
I mean, Joyce has fought some big guys though before. I remember him fighting this 7-foot American guy.
Yeah.
And he knocked him out.
Waxed him out.
Yeah. So he's capable of stuff, but I just don't think he'll go that far in the division.
Maybe in a weaker time, a weaker division.
I feel like he can beat a number of these contenders though.
Yeah, he can.
But you know, his time's running out soon, so he's taking whichever fighters gets him to the title shot the quickest.
Yeah.
Which is what he needs.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't really have much to complain about that fight. It is what it is.
Yeah, I ain't watching that fight again, man.
It's not a rewatchable fight.
It's not a legendary
You
fight
know?
like that.
But yeah.
Saunders, with the Saunders situation, they've been making noise about him potentially still being able to go back down to 160 and fight Canelo and Golovkin and, you know.
I'm a fan of Saunders, isn't it? Yeah, but he'd be one of them fans that butt next to him every minute, man. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna tell the truth, innit? Yeah, I'm actually disappointed with this guy, man. I want to fight some elite fighters, man. I'm sick and tired of him fighting journeymen.
I feel like he's had the worst career.
He's the worst management.
But that's not even management fault. Like that's him as well.
It's him as well. Yeah, he failed. He got popped for a PED, which no one's even. There was no follow up on that. He could have fought Bubu Andrade. That's a good fight there.
I feel like there's a habit of that happens where he just avoids fights.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, it happens.
Only good fight he had is friggin'
Eubank and Lemieux. Oh yeah, Lemieux. Yeah,
that's it.
Eubank was a close one as well, if you think about it. That was like both of them on the come up, so it's a bit different. They're like more rounded now. Well,
I don't want to go on Eubank.
It's just,
when Eubank.
But Eubank's done more than Saunders has at this point in his career. Like he's doing more right now. I know he's fought the girl. But like, what I'm saying, he's more.
I haven't heard from him since the girl.
It's true. I think he's probably gonna get that.
Nah, man, he's too busy celebrating the IBO title. Nah.
You know, I'm just being a bit of a hater, like, because Billy Joe Saunders, like, he's so talented, right? I feel like he's one of the slickest guys in the division, but he doesn't fight any like opposition. So
I think
proven himself.
I think people are overhyping Saunders because he looks so slick against these guys like Lemieux. Lemieux was tailor made for him. Like Lemieux can't fight boxers. He can't. Like he genuinely.
He's just
can't.
a brawler.
Yeah, he's a brawler. He's got power, but I still give him credit for that. But it's like Wilder Brazil, man. Like it's just a guy that was made for him. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people are saying Saunders says his style is all wrong for Canelo.
Whose
I'd
style
like
is
to see.
Canelo?
Saunders says his style, is all wrong for Canelo. Like, I'd love to see you like try to prove that. Do you know what I mean? Canelo, honestly, like, it's not like you're this like fast-paced guy on your feet as well, and you can't get hit. You've been hit, and how will you handle someone like Canelo? We haven't seen that. Someone with that good defense.
Let's talk about this fight though that he has, because I feel like I want to know what you lot think about his performance. And
I don't even want to talk about the fight with his bum, man.
No, because I feel there's moments in that we have to talk about the fight.
Besides you got rocked, yeah.
That's the only moment I'm talking about.
Yeah, besides you got rocked in, yeah.
Go on.
His performance good, but then again it's the same thing.
It was
the same
always
thing.
against a bum.
It was always going to be
It's a tough journey, man.
this guy.
That's why I'm saying that I want him to fight some top opponent.
Exactly.
That's what everyone wants.
You can't be here saying, running your mouth and all this and that. You're telling me you want all these names and everything, yeah, but you find bombs.
Exactly.
I'm a big fan of this guy.
We don't even know this guy's name. We don't even know his name.
It's like when they offered him the Andrade fight,
yeah,
but you turned it down.
I was looking forward for that.
What's that all about?
It was gonna happen. It was gonna happen. They had a press conference. Remember?
He did.
Yeah, but then I think he got busted, and then
Is that when
got offered it again.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he got offered
and then turned it down.
Yeah. So
yeah.
his fault is it really?
Exactly.
I'm kind of sick of time.
And he tried to make fun of him for fighting Katan Dokwa. At least we can say who Katan Dokwa is. You know what I mean? We don't even know the guy that you just fought, bro. I'm not gonna like shit on him completely. One positive is that he called out Callum Smith. If they can get that fight made, that would be good for British boxing. That would be 168 again.
I want to know why a lot of people are going for Callum Smith. You know, I feel a lot of people are underrating him. Like I hear Canelo's calling him out. I've heard Billy Joe Saunders call Callum Smith out for that title. Callum Smith is a threat. You know, he's a solid guy.
You got the
solid
height and the reach, innit?
What he did to George Groves was crazy, in my opinion. Like George Groves put.
George got washed up there.
He was washed up though, to be fair. But he did put in a good performance for what he tried to do, but it just didn't work against what Callum Smith had to bring.
Raw.
But yeah, I'm not happy with the WBO.
Yeah, that was appalling, man. I mean, they're just bruv. Frank Warren and Bob Arum, they just live up the WBO's ass, bruv. They're right in that O, fam. They're right in that O, just sitting there. Honestly.
Oh, it's actually honestly because Frank Warren.
It's been like that for decades.
Yeah, like in the 90s.
Decades. Ever since they came out. It's because these promoters were the first ones to give them clout, give them light, give them a chance when they were really they weren't really relevant. Yeah. Like they didn't become a real organisation until 2004. I mean, Calzaghe was a WBO champion since '98.
Eubank as well.
Chris Eubank Senior's career is false. Ben won the WBC title. I rate Ben. Eubank Senior went on live TV and said fighting James Toney and Roy Jones would be suicide. It would be suicide. You couldn't do that. It would be suicide. Like, he wasn't trying to fight these guys. He was sticking with the WBO title. There you go. I don't rate anyone that had the WBO title in the 90s. Facts.
Yeah, as much as a fan I am of Chris Eubank, like...
I love the guy. Love his personality. Love his flip over the rope.
He wasn't really a world-class fighter in terms of...
He had world-class ability.
He had world-class ability, but like, he wasn't elite. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He had the WBO title, but at the time that didn't really mean much. No one was rating that WBO.
Yeah, I think he had elite wins as well because he beat Ben in it, but
it is like having.
He just wasn't trying to fight no one. There was no pride in that. You could be as good as you want, but if you're the WBO champion,
you know what? It is like having the IBO title these days and saying it's a belt.
Exactly.
It's not junior, but
but I ain't gonna go off topic, man.
Saunders, Smith, that would be a good fight.
Yeah.
WBO, get your act together.
If he's serious, you know. Yeah. If Saunders is serious about that. No, the only thing I gotta say to Saunders is like just fight someone elite. Like that's all the fans want. Like your own fans want that, you know.
Test your own skills, man. Like wrong, put your skills to the test, man. Allow to see. I don't want to see the same results, but this is you're looking good because you're fighting bombs, but anyone can look good fighting bombs.
Might as well fight you back, you know. Them two might as well have that rematch. Might as well, you know.
Like the way how you been rolling that, bro. No, I'm gonna get this out of the chest, innit? Yeah. I actually can't stand this guy, bro. You better Junior, bro. You know. See, this guy walking about like he's some superstar. This is you beat up a washed up James the girl. Don't stop walking around like, bro. I see his Instagram like with the IBO belt. This is I don't care. Forget that belt, innit? That belt ain't relevant, innit? You beat James the girl. A washed up James the girl, and you acting like you beat some world elites, top 10 pound for pound. No, know your place, sit down, fight some elite people, man. You be calling out Golovkin, Cadell, all these people, yeah, but you ain't what's called showing no receipt or proof that you want to fight, but I'm done, sorry. I'm letting that out, man. I can't stand that guy, sorry.
But you like this Saunders, yeah?
I like but I didn't criticize Billy Joe Saunders though, didn't I?
About yeah.
I said I'm a fan of
maybe boxing though.
Huh?
It was about boxing.
But I'm a fan of Billy Joey, but I don't like the way his route, what he's doing, man. Fighting bums. Nah, I want some elite people, but I want some name underneath your resume. Sorry.
I think it's
man.
Say that again. Say that again.
What you said?
I know Billy Joe Saunders a twat, isn't it? Straight up, like he's a dickhead of a person, like.
Why do you say that?
Real talk here, like.
I mean, we've all seen that video.
Bro.
He instigated that.
Well,
crackhead
he's on some.
He instigated a crackhead to slap someone. So boy.
He's on some net shit, boy. That's all. Like he's a sick fighter, you know. Like his boxing skills, I rate that. Like great. But I don't like you. So.
And I think he tried when fighters come to the UK to fight him. I think he tries to bully them, just with him and his entourage. He literally, genuinely tries to punk them and bully them. But when he's in America, he doesn't try to do that.
I gotta beat Monroe.
Yeah, he beat Monroe.
Deadest fight ever.
He beat Monroe.
Bullied Monroe as well when he came in the pre-fight.
It's on pushing nuts, isn't it?
Well, he just doesn't have any class, man. That's I just don't like.
He doesn't have class.
I prefer Eubank, like. Even though Eubank's like mad delusional about his boxing career, this guy he seems quite humble in his interviews. That's why.
Yeah.
And I can.
I like Eubank.
I can like that. But yeah, he is
lost
like,
to, I don't know. I think it was. I was done with him after the Groves. Groves loss.
He is like definitely one of the most delusional boxers though.
I won that fight. I don't know. I watched the fight like 3 or 4 times. I'm like, I want to know what you watch.
Even his own dad was telling him, my son did not win that fight. It's crazy, man.
But yeah, that rematch would be alright.
I would like the
I wouldn't actually mind the rematch.
It would probably be pretty big, to be honest. OT.
That's yeah.